good to be here in another edition of Posts and Perspectives. My name is Evelyn Ohiola, and what we do right here is bring you comments, feedback, reactions from people on social media, what they are saying, how they react to issues, whether in the country or outside the country. And of course, I will be having this conversation with the guys in the studio. I was telling Blessing, call the fire service. It was, you know, burning this one, and Doc was not having it. Doc was like, no, I must say what I have to say.
That's why I will make a lot of money when I buy my whistle. So if I blow the whistle twice, you pay 20,000 naira. Once it's 10,000, so I'll make lots of money. I'm in business already. I
would apply to be your financial secretary or treasurer.
You're welcome.
All right, let's get right into it. My very first story this morning is focused on the adjustment of the tariff raise rather by the NCC for telcos. Let's see what Nigerians are saying about this. Daddy Yas says, for those who do not know this tariff increment was proposed during the last administration, but NCC and Pantami said no. The current administration will allow it because it's by extension more revenue for them. And Honorable Imran Yu says the NCC has approved telecommunications companies' tariff increases with a 50% limit. Let the poor breathe. Was that statement a joke? And Ban Yaziye at Abba_Boroko on X says, speak less, text less, browse less. NCC just made communication a luxury with this 50% tariff hike. How do we talk about digital inclusion when tariffs are increased by 50%? The poor are being pushed further away from basic access. And leader at _leader99 says, how will a government really think the only way they can generate money is by taxing. Now, wow. Now, the price of basic commodity in Nigeria and Europe is almost similar in exchange. Meanwhile, income is not the same. So Nigerians really are not happy about this particular development. They think it's another burden on the ordinary citizen. Blessing, what do you think? Do you think this increase, is necessary? It's been said that the last time there was an increase was in the year 2013. There was supposed to be an increase in 2016, but the government of that time, put it down. Now we are having that 50% increase across board phone call, data, and SMS.
I would say it's a necessary increase given the current realities and the running costs incurred by the telcos. So the NCC met the telcos halfway. The telcos actually demanded for 100%, but they gave them 50%. So that's something for them to work with and keep services running. I do hope, however, that the Ministry of Digital Economy and the government, in whatever way they can help that industry and other industries in Nigeria to thrive, so that Nigerians do not have to bear the burdens at the end of the day, because the multiplier effect of that is so much. Most everybody does business with data and voice calls. So one respondent was saying, talk less, chat
browse
less,
call
maybe
less.
We have to reverse to the traditional method where we have to see people one-on-one. We have to write letters. Maybe that would just be cheaper, but again, it's been moving us backwards. So I understand there's going to be a lot on consumers, but it's just necessary at this point.
All right. Talking about going back to, the old times, probably we'll send a dove or, what Yoruba calls aroko. You said, if I want to send Blessing a message, I send, maybe join the leaf and this thing together, and she understands what I'm talking about. By the way, for employers, if your employees are staying back at work, with their phones, and you're like, oh no, this guy is really dedicated. Probably not. You never can tell. It might be because of the data. I'm just saying, by the way, they're hardworking people. And story 2, a new multi-purpose national ID card for Nigerians. The National Orientation Agency actually rolled that out yesterday. By the way, a great one from the NOA. A lot of people have been saying that the NOA is one agency that should live up to its duties, and it's good that they are coming out now with information that Nigerians need. Sir Victor Adewusi says, every country is going digital. Create a share code through platform where individuals could access after being registered. This code would serve as identification. It is better managed and secure. Hope this is not a white elephant project. And Benja on this particular topic says, as NIMC is working with the CBN for the financial uses of the card, can they also work with INEC Nigeria so it can also serve the purpose of voters' card? And Ojo Moses has this to say. Same thing was said during Jonathan's tenure, yet it has not been done. Asentiti Finak says, can we use it to vote too, or implement it together with our voters register to help facilitate a better digital voting? Hopefully, our database is getting better. And last feedback here is from Lukman Meshanu, who says, I will never apply for this card. I do not think the card will replace my driver's license nor my voter's card. So is my BVN and NIN numbers. This is a waste of taxpayers' money and everyone's time. Doc, do you think this is a waste of taxpayers' money? Do you think
I don't think it's any waste of taxpayer money. I feel this is a private initiative and Nigerians are free to subscribe to it. There are limited services on it and there are also full comprehensive service on it. And depending on what you want, you have to actually go to get yours. And I think for national security, orderliness in society, the card is overdue. And I think it is just good that we have all our data in one source, and then we can know what is happening around us. I think, yes, there are traumas from past relationship with our leaders, and I think we should just give whatever that is ongoing here between Afrigo, NIMIX, and National Orientation Agency, the benefit of the doubt and allow it to succeed so that every Nigerian carry a common card that will ease transaction with government. Okay. And then, of course, it can also serve for us for financial services.
What about those people that are asking that can the card be used for voting? They think we should let go of our voters' card and this card should be used for voting.
As a matter of fact, it will be good. It would have been good to use it for voting, but also you will know that for effectiveness, I said earlier in our show, we can actually use it for accreditation.
Oh, okay.
And then, of course, we'll be able to capture the data of those who are coming up to vote, whether they're of age or not of age, whether they are national or non-national. Yeah. And that will help to a very great extent. And that will just be it, and people go ahead and vote so that we don't waste more money printing voters register, updating voters card, because the card itself will just suffice.
Okay, my last and final story this morning. Yesterday saw the swearing-in of the 47th President of the United States of America and the 50th Vice President of the U.S. And lots of Nigerians have been comparing the first day of President Donald Trump with that of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on May 29, 2023. Let's see what Nigerians have got to say about this. Dr. Cruz says President Donald Trump, instead of taxing our citizens to enrich other countries, we will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens. And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu can never relate. He would rather tax Nigerians into poverty. That's what Dr. Cruz has to say about this. Dodge Designer says President Donald Trump's historic first day at office, 42 executive orders, memoranda, proclamations, 115 personal actions, more than 200 executive actions, 60 minutes of press question and answer, 3 historic speeches. That's what he has to say. Odogo Igbo says, everybody is criticizing Trump for planned mass deportation in the United States. When will Nigeria be able to threaten anyone with deportation? If you're dependent on others for survival, you become a burden to yourself and them. As Nigerians, this calls for true reflections. I'm going to push this to Doctor. is there, should we have a reason for comparison, and what do you think can be the takeaway lessons from, you know, the swearing-in ceremony and also the actions that have followed after President Donald J. Trump was sworn in as a president?
Well, I just would have said that Donald Trump again disappointed me, and I was thinking today I want to wear blue and a red tie, and of course he was on a black tie and a black suit, and I think it was more closer to you than I this time around. But that said, I just do believe that there are no basis for comparison. We live in two different climes, and like I have always known, and I was taught by my mentors in international politics, that every relations outside is an extension of your domestic policy. And therefore, Donald Trump is concentrating on America. And I think every nation should concentrate on their own issues. And where we need collaboration, then the world can collaborate. And he actually said that he's strengthening America for peace, and that is very instructive, that wars will end and some wars will not start at all, because he's going to use the power of America to ensure that there's peace globally. And I don't think we have the capacity to do that. So comparing apple with orange may not be the right thing at the moment.
Well, we may not be able to compare the apple and oranges, but we will learn from the U.S. So Donald Trump has talked about weak trade agreements that has enriched other nations or make other nations to gain wealth off the U.S. So I think it's time for Nigeria to begin to look at its foreign policies and trade agreements.
Very well said, said Blessing. And that's it on Post and Perspectives this morning. By the way, we pray that things get better, always get better in the United States of America. And for some Nigerians that are feeling somehow, oh, am I still going to be in, whatever it is, we just hope that things pan out well for you. My name is Evelyn Ohiole. Stay here because we still have more in stock for you.